And
Patches, oh, hottie hand. What?
I didn't know that you guys were going to see each other's names when I put Patches, oh, hottie hand. So as we're recording for the first time, in separate places because we are in quarantine, I guess I need to do some sound effects and introduce everyone like this is a totally normal show and we're sitting in my living room. So please,
Totally normal.
Ping, 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 ping. Woo, totally normal. This is the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast in quarantine, starring Kitsie.
What's up? I have been training for this my entire life, people.
And producer Johna.
I am watching Veronica Mars as we speak.
Nice. All right. Supernatural Shelly.
Hello.
What are you watching right now?
I am sitting at my desk. I've actually been working most of the day because it's House Pride Day.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about that. Yes. And also producer Patches, oh, hottie hand.
Thank you so much.
Our token male.
Yes.
You have to have one.
Shelly, I think this is the first time we've ever podcasted together, and I just interrupted you. KJ, this is going to be really hard where I can't see your face. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
It's
fine. I'm KJ. I don't have any fun facts. I'm sitting in my studio, which is now also my office where I work from home. This is day 7 for me being at home. And is this really the first time that Shelly and Kitsie have been together?
Yes, we've talked about it, but we've never been able to be there at the same time.
And it's so funny that we're all that the first time you guys podcast together, we're not even all in the same space.
We're not actually. Kind of sucks. Yeah.
We are, as they're saying now, hashtag together at home.
Yes.
So I'm on day 7. Let's go around the horn and just talk about how long you've been home and what you've been up to. Let's start with Kitsie.
I've been home. I mean, I've not left the house since last Sunday. We had friends in town and we had to take them to the airport. God, I felt so bad for them. We sent them with Lysol wipes and hand sanitizer and gloves and all the things. They made it home safe. And then Chris and I stopped at the gun store and then the grocery store, and I've been home ever since.
How was the gun store?
Very important to go to the gun store.
I was worried about my coffee supply. This dude had coffee and guns. Just saying.
Well, if you're going to shoot a gun, you need to be alert.
That's right.
It's called AK Rifle Coffee.
That's so disturbing.
All right. Shelly, how long have you been home and what have you been up to?
Well, it's kind of funny, when you see those memes that say when the quarantine life isn't that different than your everyday life, that's kind of where I'm at because I work from home every day anyway. So, but I have sort of officially had both kids home for 8 days now. My daughter home from college and my son out of high school. And unfortunately, I had to run a few errands yesterday and the day before. And it's really weird because I decided to do like a 8-day meal plan. And I kept like apologizing at the grocery saying like, I'm not hoarding and I'm not panic buying. I've just got 2 adult children that I need to feed for, 8 to 10 days. So I was like making apologies.
It's not as easy when like when they were younger and like 5 chicken nuggets and a couple of fries would do.
Right. Exactly. And, I just wanted to make sure that I could get some stuff because usually when it's just Joey and I home, like I'll run to the store. It's literally around the corner. I'll run every couple days and go get, okay, well, let's see. I'll make tacos tomorrow night and this, and then run back. Right.
Right.
So I'm trying to cut that out without hoarding and without buying more than I needed for us. So that was one of the things, but it's kind of like shopping at Thanksgiving where you go to Meijer and you could get fresh produce, but they didn't have any almond milk. So then I went to Kroger and they had almond milk, but they didn't have any flour. No place has flour. So, you know, there's just a point where you go, okay, I've been to 2 places. It's freaking me out. I felt like I was having a panic attack. I came home, basically washed all the way up my arms. I had hand sanitizer with me, and Kitsie will be so into this because it was in my convention, my little convention like toolkit bag I take with me to every con. It was like expired in 2017, a little pristine bottle of Purell that is now on me. And I was like, yes, it was like liquid gold. I was so excited.
And that's how Shelly started the zombie apocalypse.
That's how Shelly started the zombie apocalypse, going to my convention reserves.
Exactly.
Johna, how's quarantine life for you? How long have you been cooped up?
Well, I'm gonna tell you that I don't know what quarantine life is like because I've been to work every single day.
Have you?
Yeah, my job will not close down to save anyone's life. So I've been at work for 8 to 10 hours every day, and then I just come home and watch Chicago Fire, and then I go to bed and do the same thing the next day.
So life is the same for you.
Yeah, nothing's changed. I don't really go out of the house anyway, so it's not too different from my normal everyday life.
Patches, you're still going to work. I haven't even asked this. We've been living together, and I haven't left the house for 7 days. How's quarantine life going for you, Patches? Oh, hottie.
Oh no, she didn't.
Well, as long as I'm with you, everything's great.
God. No one believes
so
you.
Gross.
All right, yeah, I've been completely
liar.
No, I've been going to work as well, so it's been a little interesting. My company actually instituted the you can't come into our office anymore. So if you need product, we'll take it out to you.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting steps in.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting my steps in. I had to go to the office this morning, so I stopped by the liquor store like any responsible person would do, and bought a box of wine and liquor and everything else.
A box of
I'm coming over
wine.
y'all's house.
Is it boxed wine or a box of wine? I think that's
A box of
important.
wine.
Yeah, like lots of bottles in a big box.
Okay,
A case of wine.
But listen, no judging here on the boxed wine because I have been known to get myself some boxed wine from time to time.
Hey,
there is some
really
darn good boxed wines.
It is very good. I love it.
The boxed wine people have stepped up their game, I would say.
I think there was a boxed wine company on Shark Tank at one point, wasn't there? And everybody was talking about how awesome it was. I'll have to look that up. I think there was.
Hey, you know what? I watched
Tank.
one episode of Shark Tank, and it was about 2 weeks ago when I was at my sister's house. So
okay, so fun fact: my business partner Ted has seen literally every episode of Shark Tank, and probably more than once. He's always wanted to own his own company and be an entrepreneur. So that's one of the things that really drives him. So where I will watch Harry Potter over and over and over again, he will watch Shark Tank over and over and over again. And he wants me to watch
is the yin to my yang because I've never watched an episode of Shark Tank.
Well, and when Ted, I had a few. But what happens is, and he'll tell me, he'll like text me or call me and say, hey, watch this episode. Look at what happened here and what happened there. And Kitsie, do you remember Geek Chic, the big gaming tables that used to be a lot at a lot of the conventions?
Yes.
Okay, well, they actually went out of business, but they were on Shark Tank. They were on an episode of Shark Tank. So I remember watching that one. But my problem is when the sharks start questioning them and they get like really, pointed with their questions and the entrepreneur gets uncomfortable, I have to like get up and leave the room because I get embarrassed and nervous for people. And I can't watch it then. And so many people have said, hey, you guys should go on Shark Tank. I'm like, that would have to be me up there in front of them. I would know. No.
Shelly's in the corner in the fetal position saying, stop questioning me.
Stop questioning me. I'd start crying probably under the pressure. Then it'd be a mess.
Same.
That doesn't need to happen on national TV.
No.
Oh my gosh, no. Everyone would be so sad. That would end Shark Tank. If you've ever seen Shelly sad, it's the saddest thing ever because Shelly's not sad. Right? So America would break if Shelly's heart broke on
And
Shark Tank.
apparently, I've been protesting in advance because I don't want that to happen to Shelly. That's why I've never watched an episode.
I appreciate that. Don't
Way to be
worry.
a team player.
Yeah.
I got you,
Patrick,
girl.
Do you remember what I've blocked it out, but okay, it's this episode of Shark Tank.
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying.
What the hell was the
This episode
product?
of Shark Tank, and he said, I know exactly what you're going to say. That's crazy right there.
It was two girls, and what was their product?
I can't remember the name of
pubic
it.
hair.
Yeah, it was pubic hair, like tonics and maintenance and everything else.
Stop
It
it.
was like super nice, like oils and shampoo and conditioner for pubic hair.
Okay, I'm going to look up, I'm going to Google pubic hair Shark Tank. It's called fur oil.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
No.
and they got financed. Who was it? The girl on the show like gave them everything they were asking.
No, it was actually, I think it was one of the guest sharks. It was Maria Sharapova.
Wait a minute. Corny SAJ can also make a lot of money. I'm gonna find out. So keep discussing, and I'm gonna find out who financed them.
I mean, like,
Were they
what
hot?
other questions do you have?
Were
They were unattractive.
Were they hot? They were. You know what?
They were attractive?
and
Yes.
they were attractive.
Yes,
they
they are.
had
But
great
they weren't like
personalities.
supermodel attractive. They were like normal, natural, pretty attractive.
Like
Okay.
mom.
But they were really, really
That came out all
perky
wrong.
and
Sorry.
excited about pubic hair shampoo. So I'm assuming it's going to be not coming to a store near you soon, but maybe you can get it delivered right now.
my
I
gosh.
haven't looked for it.
And it was Lori Grenier. So Lori Grenier is a normal shark, and because I know all about Lori, and she has invented a lot of stuff, and she sells a lot on QVC.
Okay.
Which
That
is
sounds like a
great.
QVC product.
And yeah, Damon, Kevin, and Lori all extended offers, but they went with Lori. And I also, to tie in my Harry Potter world, because there's always a Harry Potter and or supernatural tie-in, it says with fur oil, Emma Watson loves it, but what is fur oil and is it worth it? So apparently our own Hermione loves this. Very disturbing.
Okay. This is not
I'm
something I
completely
wanted to
uncomfortable.
And that is saying something.
All right. Mark this day, you found a way to make Kitsie uncomfortable.
Yay! Yay! That's
They're
okay.
like my children at this point. Ron is still hot. Don't get me wrong. It's perfectly legal now. But they're like my children. Except Ron.
You have a crush on Ron?
Oh, Ron is my boy. Oh, honey. Yes.
Oh,
Really?
man.
Yes. He's funny. He's quirky.
Yes.
He's the tallest of the three, which doesn't make him very tall. And that's all I need.
I think that just says so much about you, and I love that about you, that you love Ron. That's awesome, because he's an unsung hero.
Oh,
I am
1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking. I just wanted to Google if other women think Ron Weasley is hot.
Oh,
No.
that's a good
Weasley
one.
Pass.
Hot.
I'll take him. If nobody else wants him, dibs.
You can have
I
it.
think
Don't tell my husband.
He's cute. And I'm talking about here's a question, Kitsie. At what movie did you decide Ron Weasley was hot?
I think it was when I Googled his age at that time and it was 18.
That would have been like the fourth movie for him, probably. So that would be Goblet of Fire, Ron, when his hair was a little bit longer.
Yes.
And yep.
Yeah, and he lit up your Goblet of Fire.
That Ron, baby. Come on, baby, light my fire.
Stop it. Ew, stop it.
I can't believe you guys didn't know that about me.
That's fantastic.
I did not. I have learned something new today.
You must not have been with us on the episode, Kitsie, where we talked about weird crushes. Because remember, Johna has a huge crush on Jim Carrey.
Okay, don't be judging me because Jim Carrey is very funny. Okay, he's hilarious.
I'm about the funny too, so.
And he's got a bearded beard.
Yeah, it was bearded Jim Carrey too.
Oh.
Ew. Ew, David.
David. Ew. I love Schitt's Creek. That's so fantastic.
So one thing about our time in quarantine is that Patches O'Hottyhan and I just started watching Schitt's Creek. So
praise Jesus.
Best show ever. It's literally one of my favorite shows that has ever been made.
I love that life for you.
Yeah. We're in season 1 and we're kind of in that space. I feel like shows like this, like The Office, Arrested Development type shows, like you have to really get into it and give the characters a chance.
Yes.
Because they're really terrible people right now, right? Like, it's just like,
how can you not love them the second you meet them? I just don't even understand what you're talking about.
I agree.
No, Shelly, you told us it might take a little bit.
I think at least 2 episodes. But if you're like way into season 1 and you're still kind of feeling that way, then yeah.
How far into season 1 are we, Patches?
I want to say around 10-ish episodes.
Oh.
Yeah. See,
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Exactly. I do think you have to get past like the first couple of episodes. But once you do, and then, the thing is, even as like terrible as you think they are, I will oftentimes, no joke, hear Moira say something. I'll be like, oh my God, that's so me. And
you're on Moira too?
Yeah. And Ted will be like, you know what? Because I forced him to watch it. And I badgered him literally until he watched some of it. And he'd be like, oh my God, Moira, I just said this and it's so you. I think just not to spoil anything, but for one birthday party, she found out that they were going to have a birthday party for her and they were doing it in a barn. And she goes, you're having a surprise party for me? And, David was like, yeah. And she was like, in a barn? And Ted said, that's so you. These people would be throwing you a big party and you'd be like, wait, you're going to have that for me in a barn? Whatever. I own it.
I like to think I'm the perfect combination of everybody, but God, what's the dad's name?
Johnny Rose.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I am not Johnny at all, but I'm a lot David. I'm a little bit Alexis, and I'm all Moira.
I feel like you need to sing a little bit Alexis now that you said that, Kitsie.
a little bit Alexis.
KJ and Patrick, you guys are not allowed to look that up until later.
No. I was gonna say I don't know what that is. We definitely haven't made it to that yet.
No.
Well, when you get there, that is the song I sing while washing my hands during all of this crap.
Nice.
We're not liking it. We're just still, I think, in the like, let's keep watching it. We're laughing more. We're going back to it, but we're not in the like, I'm gonna like put everything on hold and binge watch this because nothing else matters yet.
I can't believe you guys aren't there yet.
I can't either. Yeah. So
I'm hoping
KJ,
you will.
Picture it this way. Chris is Johnny. I'm Moira. Carter's David, but straight. And Alexis is Cassie, but less self-absorbed. And I think you'll really enjoy it.
All right, I will. Well, I've got some time, so
Okay, you know
I'll
what? That actually gave me really, really good perspective.
Imagine if we had to move to a teeny tiny town in Canada and all of y'all just left us hanging. That would be us. Come on.
Well,
That
you're close because you're already in a teeny tiny town out in the middle of nowhere.
It's right, damn it. It's my zombie apocalypse home and stay away.
But that was the first thing when we realized, like, okay, we're going to be stuck here for a while. What is it that we should be watching? Everybody has said Schitt's Creek, so that is what we're doing, and we will
Good.
continue
I'm
to do that.
excited. Now you will
Yes.
understand all my memes. I have a question for everybody, aside from you and Patches, because you just answered it. But is everybody binging new stuff, or are we going back to old stuff?
I gotta tell you, I feel a little bit lost right now because I feel like I don't know what to watch next. I want something new to binge, but I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Ah,
Johna, what are you watching, new or old?
Well, I'm in the middle of finishing Veronica Mars right now, but when I'm done with that, I started watching Chicago Fire. So I've been binging that for like a whole week. It's really good. Lots of hot firemen saving people.
I guess my question would be, sorry, Johna, go ahead.
Firemen.
Yeah, it's Chicago Fire. It's about the Chicago Fire Department.
Hotties fighting fires. I'm in.
Yeah, watch it.
Is that the one that's got Tommy from Arrow on it?
Yeah, does it have Colin O'Donnell in it?
No, he's in Chicago Med.
Okay.
Oh, see, I haven't started. I'm only on Chicago Fire,
Chicago
and then
Med.
I'm gonna go to PD, and then I'm gonna go to Med. So they're like all like together, but it's got Taylor Kinney in it. You guys know who that is?
No.
He used to be engaged to Lady
Is he from
Gaga.
some Hallmark movie?
He's the guy that.
No, he is not. Well, wait, maybe he is. Is he in a Hallmark movie? I don't know. He's in that movie.
You're an expert.
Candy Diaz and Leslie Mann. God, what has he been in? I don't know. He's just like a really high firefighter in Chicago Fire, and I'm just really into it.
I only know him as the guy that used to date Lady Gaga.
Okay, well, at least you know who I'm talking about, though.
Yes.
No clue over here.
No, look him up. His name's Taylor Kinney. Very, very nice looking man. He's got some salt and pepper going on in his hair. Woo. Right? Here for it.
Well, I know, Johna, what your plans will be here is totally sitting back and enjoying the never-ending Christmas movie marathon that is hitting the Hallmark Channel right now.
You know what? I was very excited to hear about it.
Loser.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, there you are.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I haven't actually been watching. I haven't hooked my cable box up in my bedroom yet, so I've just been watching
That's crazy.
the Fire Stick. So I have not been watching the Hallmark Channel for a while now.
All right. You know what? And speaking of that, while you're talking about, because you're doing a lot of rearranging in your house, which I think most people are going to start doing, but Katie is not here today. Not because she's sick, but she actually, they bought a house a few weeks back and it's finally ready to move into. So today is moving day for Katie. That's what she told us. Mm-hmm. And really, she's just somewhere playing Animal Crossing and doesn't want to podcast. I haven't decided yet.
I'm kind of bummed because I just binged a show. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to say Katie's probably very upset that she's moving. Yeah, well, I was going to say that Katie's probably very upset that she can't play Animal Crossing right now because she is moving.
Is she moving or is she playing Animal Crossing?
We'll never know.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
We will never know.
But in her absence, I'm going to talk about the show I just binged called Outsider. It's an HBO series. If she hasn't watched it, I can't wait till she does so we can debrief on it. So good. So creepy. Apparently gave my husband nightmares. I didn't even know. I slept
Oh,
like a baby every night after watching
Oh.
it because it was my jam.
Like, all right, we're talking about the guy that used to take
Well, you hunt
naps
ghosts for
and
like a
sleep in
living,
haunted
so that
houses, right?
scares you.
Yeah. That same guy. Yeah. So, but this is literally, it's
Maybe,
about
maybe he's
like
being sensitive in
folklore
his old
and
age.
creepy creature. Is Johna on a little bit of a delay or is it me?
I think, Johna, you're on a huge delay now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm delayed, and Kitsie is also
Yep.
delayed on mine.
Oh my God. You're like 15 seconds delayed, Johna.
That's hilarious.
Oh no. Oh well, you guys must be delayed on mine too then.
Yeah.
All right. So, Johna, count to 10 before you say anything.
And make sure it was relevant 10 seconds ago.
Right. Oh, quarantine life. Yay.
Gotta love it.
I don't even know what we were talking about
We
now.
were talking about The Outsider that Kitsie's watching.
Oh, yes. Yes, Kitsie, go ahead.
So it's a based on a book by Stephen King, and damn, this guy's good. I'm just gonna say it's beautiful, it's stunning, it's on HBO. Thank God we had recently purchased the HBO Go app, but because that's been my godsend lately. But so good. It's KJ, don't watch it before bed. You will have nightmares. And it's pretty freaking scary, but really well done. It's got that true crime vibe. It's got the monster vibe. It's got the haunting vibe. That's why I miss you. I miss you, Katie. I miss you. She would love it. And that's my review of The Outsider.
Thank you. Yeah, I was interested in it, but I trust you to.
Don't watch it.
Now is not the time that I need nightmares. As a matter of fact, I caught up on Supernatural just like a couple hours ago, and it's not really fun to watch shows about the end of the world right now.
No.
It was very uncomfortable. It's the first time watching Supernatural, and I'm like, Sam and Dean can't save us from this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking for more like, uplifting escape shows. And
I think we need to go to Supernatural for a minute, but I want to make one comment to Kitsie. I used to be a huge Stephen King fan when I was younger, when I was a teenager. And up until I had kids, I read almost everything he did, which was pretty significant at that time.
Yeah.
And then when I had kids, I had to stop reading horror. I couldn't read it anymore. Isn't that weird? I just couldn't. I didn't even read it actually because I had children, and I will not see the movie
Completely
either.
understandable.
It's just weird. But Supernatural, speaking of which, you guys, and I don't know if I haven't approached this subject on Twitter with anybody yet, but will we even ever get to see the finale?
I don't know.
I don't know. They stopped filming, didn't they?
They had to stop filming. And then, by the time we're through this, Jared only had a 2-week, I think he only had a little delay in between like Supernatural and starting Walker, Texas Ranger. I think the rumor was it was just like a short period of time in between. So, I just hope that we can do the finale, I hope they get to film it.
They absolutely will. He'll make the time. This is who made him able to get that role. You know what I'm saying? I think Walker, Texas Ranger will hold off. He's the star of the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll hold off till he's done.
Yeah.
I will cry if it's not finished.
Oh, they wouldn't do that.
I would hope not, but I don't know how many episodes they had yet to film.
Yeah, that's what I wonder about that too.
Yeah.
However, I know
do you guys think this is going to last forever? Is that what you're saying?
No.
If everybody's staying in their goddamn house, we'll be fine.
No, but if it's a good 6 or 8 weeks and it puts us into May or something, I think that these shows are going to have a hard time maybe just because of scheduling and timing, finishing some of these series out or some of the ends of the season.
I don't think that I think everything will be fine. Everybody's just like my schedule, God bless America, has been postponed
Yeah.
to different dates.
Yeah.
As I'm eating my ramen sitting in my house. But I believe film production is going to be similar. I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know that Patches will be excited if Supernatural doesn't end because that's what he wanted. So if they never finish it, it never ended.
It never ended. That is the silver lining in this cloud, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's why I haven't watched since season 8.
Well, speaking of shows being delayed, The Resident also got delayed because they're on hiatus, but because it's a medical show, they decided to donate all of their like scrubs and masks and things like that to hospitals in not California, in Georgia where they film at.
Oh, good job them.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Oh, did you also see, do you guys know the fashion designer Christian Siriano of Project Runway fame back in the day?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
He reached out to I can't remember if it was Cuomo or who in New York. I think it was Cuomo. He reached out and said, "I'm gonna we all have to stop like our sewing production, but instead we can sew masks." And he started on them like immediately and sent prototypes out to be tested and everything. He started yesterday, so he's having all of his people who have been doing his piecework and sewing start making masks.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make anything, you guys. I saw
French satin, decored mask with, maybe some jewel lining, something that really accents the bump in my nose.
Are you my mommy? I'm just here for the comic relief, kids.
Well, we need some of it. I'm trying to think of Patches, did you just go outside?
No.
Yes, I heard the door.
I know what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm jealous.
I'm feeding the duck.
I'll tell the ducks to keep it down. So if you need like a really fast binge watch show, something that you're like, I'm gonna lay here, I'm gonna be entertained for 8 to 10 solid hours. October Faction was really good.
October what?
October Faction.
Okay.
What is that?
It is, so it's got it's got the girl. I need Patches here because I'm terrible with actresses, but it's got the chick from Bones that's in October Faction.
She played Cam in Bones.
She was
I love
Cam in
Cam.
Bones. Yes.
Yeah, she's the main female lead.
And she is so fantastic. And it's just, there's a lot of stuff in it. They're hunting vampires and monsters essentially. So it's not it's not in any way like some original concept, but they're leading their life and trying to keep their kids out of it. And it's got a lot of edge to it. Like there's inappropriate stuff. And honestly, listening to her cuss is hysterical because she was so like straight laced and good on Bones that hearing her be like, what the fuck was that? Is entertaining in itself. But I thought it was a really fun show. I thought it took a lot of different twists and it's a little bit dark and it's not so focused on the lore so much as it is the actual life of these people trying to have children and also go out and fight vampires, but then make it home in time to make sure that their kids get their homework done.
Oh, I can't wait to try this. I just looked it up. So it's on Netflix, right?
Yep. Yep.
Is it,
Yes.
Can I ask you, is it like nightmare inducing or is it not that bad?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You
No,
know me,
it's
I'm
not.
scared of everything.
Okay.
It was it's fun.
Okay.
I mean, there's like some cringe-worthy moments, like some deaths that you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
But no,
But it's not worse than Supernatural, right?
Oh gosh, no.
No,
Okay.
it's actually lighter than Supernatural, I think.
Okay. Okay, I'm totally
Yeah,
down.
because
I'm
it brings
excited.
in, as opposed to like, Sam and Dean, who are completely in the hunter life and they don't,
Right.
like that's just all they have. This is a married couple who has every up and down and flaw and everyday life thing that comes along with being a married couple. And then they also hunt monsters.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Now
really
I have
liked
a
it.
new binge.
Yay!
Yay. Okay,
Woohoo!
so I have a question for Patches and KJ, and this is really important, and
Uh-oh.
our whole friendship could teeter on this situation right now.
Well, then no.
Did you go back to The Witcher? Oh,
I stand by my first answer.
man.
I'm sorry you're breaking up. I think I'm on a delay with Johna. I didn't hear anything that you just said.
Liar.
So if we could move on to the next topic.
Oh, I'm so
It's
disappointed.
terrible.
It's what?
It's terrible.
What, The Witcher?
Yes, 1,000,000%.
No, it's
Oh, boy.
awesome. It is awesome. How can you say it's terrible? I have
I
watched
gave
it
it
like
5 episodes, 4, 5. Can't do it.
I watched it 6 times. And
Well, while you're watching that, I'm watching Sabrina, so we're good.
I've already watched Sabrina, of course. But The Witcher is so I'm reading the books, and everything is out of chronological order on purpose because that's the way he wrote it. And not only did the kids and I dig The Witcher so much, right, which I probably said this before in the previous podcast, but we're all reading the books, and both my kids are playing Witcher 3. And
Wow.
it really is, which this, I was not a big Henry Cavill person before this at all.
I was.
See, I didn't, I didn't see him for what he was, but in Witcher, oh yes. And then come to find out he's a huge gamer, and he actually missed was late to one of his auditions because he was gaming, and that gives me lots of respect for him. I have a whole new
Oh.
yeah.
All right.
Well, that gives me hope for my youngest son then.
All right. So I want to get Kitsie your take on The Witcher, because Shelly has, again, if you go back to our last episode that Shelly was in, it's a glowing review for The Witcher, and we promised her we would give it another chance. However, Shelly, we did discuss it when we were starting a new show, and since you had hyped up Schitt's Creek so much more and
Excellent
way
choice.
before The Witcher, we had the discussion of which Shelly show should we watch.
Aw.
And we went with Schitt's Creek.
I'm okay with that decision, but I think you should just do all the things I say, not just do something that I say.
But sometimes I work for Kitsie, so I need to do what she says.
Oh God, she's lying and she's sucking up. So
See, I've got a little money in the bait with Kitsie because I've bailed her out a few times and some stuff.
yeah.
You act like she was like doing a drug deal, and you like,
I mean, not per se, but
brought the money.
Or like he literally had to bail her out, like, bail bond situation. I don't know.
been sometimes,
What's supposed to be a
yeah,
secret?
maybe.
Damn.
My bad, dude.
No, I am very interested to hear the other take on The Witcher. And this will, Shelly, I'll tell you, no matter what Kitsie says, I will give it another chance at some point. But I do want to hear what Kitsie found so terrible about The Witcher.
All of it. Ridiculous.
I don't even know.
And any period piece I watch where the women are in pants, I'm out. It's not real life.
That's it.
But this isn't a period piece because it's not really a real. I mean, it's not any time that ever happened on Earth.
And here's the deal, Shelly. I love anything witchy and spooky and folklore and all that stuff. This just did not float my boat. And I really blame Henry Cavill's wig.
And there were a lot of discussions about the wig because there are like literally 20 wigs that they did for his, and some are definitely better than others. I think it was Johna who said last time that he needed lots of conditioner, right, Johna?
Yeah, all the conditioner.
Yeah.
Johna, you're back. You're back in real time. Welcome back.
Oh my God. Oh man, now I have to stop watching I have to stop watching Hoodie Allen's live.
Stop streaming other stuff. We need you to not be on a delay.
Okay, before, and I'll let Kitsie go on if she'd like, but I just want to throw in here a little tidbit, which the author did, and so far they haven't picked up on the series, but it really cracks me up. They tie in some fairy tales and actually some Disney movie things into his stories. So, like all of the women who were born under the black sun. Do you guys know? You know what I'm talking about, right, Kitsie?
Yes.
Okay. That's why all of those women were in towers in the old fairy tales.
Oh.
And recently, one story I just read, and I'm on the second book, which is a bunch of short stories. Geralt is talking to a mermaid, and a dude's trying to pick her up, and it's like the whole basis of The Little Mermaid, which cracked me up. And and his bard, Yaskir, which his name in the books is Dandelion, is like, oh, I'm going to write a song about this, but I'm going to make her lose her voice and blah, 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 blah. And I just started laughing because there's this kind of little comedic moment in it when they're like hearkening back to the fairy tales and some of the, Disney movies and princesses and stuff that you're like, oh, yeah.
We didn't make it that far.
No, me neither. I don't know. It just didn't hold my interest, and I really thought it would. But if there's anybody else listening out there who wasn't into The Witcher but wants something like for the vibes I was looking for, can I suggest Outlander? Has any of you people watched Outlander?
Any of you people.
Any of you people. Dear friends, my kind of nerdy clan, if you will.
Our nerdy network.
Yes. No?
Yes, we did actually. We started it for a little bit, and it was a little weird because we're like, all right, cool. She gets thrown back to like medieval Scotland, everything else, and one of the weird things for me was like her fiance is the bad guy, like in the first season and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we were watching it, we saw previews. Like we were watching it at the beginning, and they're already in season 3. So like it shows her in the 50s or 60s. It was weird. I'm like, all right, come on, let's progress the storyline, and it didn't happen as quick as I was hoping.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not a female, and you weren't there to watch Jamie Fraser without his shirt off. So, I mean, I get it for you.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
All the kilts, though, Patches. Yeah. All the kilts.
All the kilts.
All the kilts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I think the reason that we stopped watching it was because Patches lost interest, because I was enjoying it, but then when Patches decides he doesn't want to do something, he's in charge.
Well, when we're no longer in quarantine, we will have an Outlander party at my house. Speaking of that, yes. Chris, my husband, and I is now Laird Chris, and I am now Lady Kitsie because we own little plots of land in the Outlander land.
What?
Really? Did you know you can do that?
No.
So instead of Lord Chris, he chose Laird Chris because we're Outlander geeks. And I am now a lady. And I'm trying to figure out how to get that on my airplane tickets from here on out.
Ooh, yeah.
I think if you bought an airline ticket right now, they would put anything on there that you want.
True. True that.
You can go by any name you want right now if you're willing to fly.
Yeah, like Patches O'Hotty Hen.
That's right.
Oh, Patches O'Hotty Hen.
Kitsie, I have to say that we are parting ways once again on our love of things, which I'm so shocked. I watched the first season of Outlander,
Uh-huh.
and I'm a huge, like, I read all of the Song of Ice and Fire, AKA the Game of Thrones books.
Okay.
So I'm a huge book person. I like to read the books before I watch the series or whatever. Yeah. So I think it was the third book, and gosh, as soon as I opened it, and Claire was in a different situation, and I won't spoiler anybody, but I was so pissed off, I stopped reading right there, and I never picked it up
Really?
again. Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, that sounds like me with the Flash. It was like when he went back and did Flashpoint, screwed everything up, and then
Yep.
like all that stuff started happening. It became very predictable to me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's gonna be all this predictable strife, and then it's like, oh, he's gonna come out on top, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, screw that, I'm out, and I literally quit watching the Flash right then and there.
Yeah, it's like when you have something, you hit something that's done, I'm not going to invest any more time in it when it made me feel that way. So, yeah, exactly.
I loved every
Johna?
second of The Outlander. You loved every second of The Witcher, but I still love you.
I still love you too, Kitsie. We can
Oh.
have our different ways. It's okay.
We can.
Oh,
And just
the sweetest.
Patches and KJ are going to be in the middle, because you and I are both going to be like, you need to watch Outlander, and I'm going to be like, you need to watch Witcher, and yeah, they're going to feel very torn.
You guys are tearing us apart.
I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Quit fighting.
I'll be completely honest. We'll be watching Outlander before The Witcher.
Oh, whatever.
Well,
Disappointed.
and full disclosure, and I've never told KJ this until now.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Yeah. One of the reasons that I quit watching Outlander was that we go on a binge watch on it, and then back then KJ had this propensity for falling asleep at like 7:30 at night, and I'm ready to like next episode, like, hey, we can get 2 more episodes in, and then it's like, crap, well, I can't watch it without her. So it was like I was ready to go, and then it was just like, yeah, screw it. No, it wasn't because I didn't love the show. It was just because I was irritated.
You're blaming me for this?
I am. Well, that was before we started splitting it to where it's like, hey, you catch up, we'll meet up at some point and watch it together again.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Johna, what you got?
What do I have about what?
Anything.
Well,
change the subject. Patches is stuck in a house with me. For crying out loud, change the subject if you've ever loved him.
You guys are always fighting. It's so hard for me. Well, apparently our podcast decided to call me out on Twitter the other day.
What?
Yeah, the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast called me out because I said I was going to marry Zachary Levi.
Oh, I wonder who would have done that.
I don't know.
Who could have ever done that?
Let's go back to talking about Patches. Johna, I think it was perfectly fair to point out that after years and years of you talking about Chris Evans being your husband, that a 30-minute live video with Zachary Levi, and trust me, I love him, made you announce that you were going to marry him. Okay. I feel like that needed to be pointed out.
I just want to say that in this live on Instagram, Zachary Levi was very intoxicated and he was singing.
And
Crickets. Nobody
Okay.
understands.
And
Yeah,
it was
no.
great, okay? And he was answering literally the whole live was just him drinking whatever he was drinking and singing random songs that he loves. And I was just like, I love this man. But I mean, I can have more than one husband. God. Polygamy's a thing.
Actually, that's against the law, Johna, just in case
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
wondering.
Not in all states. I can move to a state where I can have more than one husband.
This
No,
is
you
true.
can't.
No, it's just the boys can do that.
I can get a law changed. I'm very powerful.
Let's make our own state, Johna.
Let's do it. I can be
Do
married
it.
to Chris
All the
Evans and
husbands for all
Zachary
the
Levi.
ladies.
Woo! Everybody's winning.
Well,
But
I think
can we
I
both be
some
married
land
to
you can
Chris
buy.
Evans?
You already have a Chris. Why come I can't have my own Chris?
Well, if we're having multiple husbands,
She's
I'll
got
take
a good point.
I'll take Chris Evans on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and you can have him the rest of the week.
Now, ladies, remember.
Excuse me. He was mine first.
No, he's not.
I am supposed to be with him right now.
Me too.
Son of a bitch.
Me too, damn it.
Oh, that's true. Right now, we should have been doing. Well, I shouldn't have been doing Ace Comic Con. I should have been at Horror Hound with Michael Rooker and Robert England. But you guys were supposed to be with Chris Evans.
Guys, I am with Chris Evans.
He
I don't
didn't
know
want to
what
be
you're
with
talking
you,
about.
so here we are.
I'm with Chris Evans right now.
Apparently, he caused a pandemic, so he didn't have to spend the weekend with me. Chris, I'm calling you out, sir.
All right, now also,
like that.
yeah, well, ladies, you have two other Chris's to think about too. You've got Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pine as well.
And your Chris Pine.
I want Chris Evans.
He is a stunning man.
He is a very
not as much as those first two Chris's.
I will say Hemsworth. He is shocking to see in person the first time because you look up at him and you're like, wow. Yeah,
you use your kind of nerdy girl voice for this.
Okay,
yes, please.
So girls, so thank you to Kitsie and Chris because they have allowed me to work a lot of shows and work with some super awesome celebrities. So I will say super awesome celebrities. Okay. So Chris Evans is like, yes, of course. I mean, like you look at him, you're like, ugh, yes, you're everything that Captain America should be. And I'm not saying this disparagingly, okay? But what I am saying, like, if you're gonna be taken back by someone, I'm just gonna say when you see a 6'4" just pow kind of man with that everything Hemsworth, bitch, you are just gonna go sploosh.
Oh no, you did not.
Patch his old hottie hat. Come on now.
Is that his stripper name? Patch his old hottie hand.
Sploosh.
He did, and I'm usually the one that takes this podcast to the south side of things.
You're welcome.
And listen, you guys, we're gonna hang up, and you get to be somewhere else, and I'm still here.
And you're welcome.
This is quarantine life.
Oh God.
Hashtag quarantine life.
All right. Well, is there anything that we haven't covered? I feel like some of the things that have changed. Actually, Kitsie and I had this conversation last night about what the theaters, well, the movie companies are doing. Like Onward is being released early on digital because obviously no one's going to theaters. I had heard
my daughter-in-law purchased it last night. So
did she?
Yeah, I'm waiting until it comes out on Disney Plus because I'm a cheap ass.
Yeah, because it's going to be out on Disney Plus in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, like the week
end
after
of the month.
next. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about, because I think it was, did you end up getting the Invisible Man and watching it? Did you rent it last night?
I did not. I just can't get behind renting it for $20.
I agree. Yeah.
And I'm normally not a cheap ass. I'm just used to when I rent a movie on digital, it's $5.99.
Yeah.
One viewing, that's fine. If I want to view it again, I'll pay it again. I'll pay it again until it comes out to purchase. But I'm hearing rumors on the Twitter that when Wonder Woman comes out, it's going to be $30 for a one-time viewing.
I'm in.
You might as well go to the movie theater.
But you
Well,
can't go to the
yeah.
movie theater,
That's
Johna.
exactly
That's the
the point.
point.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Quarantine is my normal lifestyle. I usually just freaking wait till it comes out on digital anyway, so I'm fine.
See, for someone like me who has a husband who doesn't like to go to the theater, I'm actually kind of down for this, because if we did go to the theater, it would cost way more money. And chances are I'm not going to get to go to the theater because he doesn't want to go. So if Wonder Woman comes out early and it's $30, that is money well spent, in my opinion.
Here's my thoughts on it. I'm sorry.
What's that, Johna?
They all be coming to her house to watch.
You come on
exactly. But so the movie theater, you end up spending $50 with concessions and this and that and everything. But the movie companies aren't making all of that. So why are they charging so much? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. You call me shitty, but I'm super shitty. And yes, I know I'll get bleeped out.
Well, they're doing that because they know that you'll pay for it. That's all.
But I won't.
Well, some people will. That's just
y'all are crazy.
That's just like people who complain about the new Batman movie. Like, oh, I'm not going to go see it. But we all know you're going to pay $50 to go see it if the theaters are open, or you're going to rent it for $30 just so you can talk shit about it.
I see. Johna just wanted to hate on Batman because every episode at some point, Jonna's got to hate on Batman.
Well, Batman sucks, okay? So don't try to at me.
Oh, and Johna, by the way, you got called out last night on Geek Vibe Nation.
Why? Why? Rude?
Actually, you were invited on so that they can have it out with you about your hatred of Batman.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, they should come at me directly. They want to talk to me, they can come at me directly, okay?
Oh,
wow.
That is a challenge.
Yeah, no,
we are not okay.
I explained to them about your intense hatred of Batman, and anytime I can like poke you for you to just be like about it, then I always do.
I know, you didn't even have to prod her this time. She was just like, hey, talking about movies in general, so let me remind you that I hate Batman.
Yeah.
All I was saying was they know that people are going to pay, most people will pay that amount of money to see a movie. That's why they're charging so much, because they know people will pay for it.
But we're bored and we can't leave our houses.
No,
so they know they'll pay for it.
On the business side of things, guys, you got to think, like, from the business side, it's not a bad plan for them, because the theaters make their money on the concessions and stuff like that. But if you're looking at the end result, which is what like you
ticket sales,
spending money on gas, going to the theater, buying the tickets, buying the concessions, gas back, like everything that goes into the process of going to the movie theater, you're actually saving money by doing this. The only difference is the money's going more to the movie companies than it is at theaters.
So my question is, are we paying the $30 to only see the movie once, or after we pay the 30? That's some bullshit. Excuse my language.
Agreed.
Because people will pay $30
for that.
What? You go to you
went. It's no different than going to the theater. I mean, now it's not watching in the theater or anything else like that, but it's no different and cheaper than what you would go to the theater for, and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home. Get your own if you your own popcorn, your own snacks, your own booze if you want. Like whatever you want. It's actually cheaper.
Well, just
you've got to consider myself having a show on Amazon Prime. If somebody were to purchase a season of my show, I only get a portion of that. So I wonder if it's the same way with the movies. Playing devil's advocate,
Yeah, because I mean these streaming services have to make something, and you think about a ticket. If you're going to a a showing at 7:30 on a Saturday night, you're going to pay 10, 11, 12 bucks a piece. So last night, Kitsie,
Oh
you could have
God,
spent
more than that.
$19.99 and you and your husband could have watched that movie that you would have paid more
The
just
Invisible
in
Man.
tickets to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And I was going to go see it in the theater because Trevor said it was awesome, and I trust Trevor.
Well, the theater experience is totally different than watching it at home. Like, I mean, some people don't have all the surround sound and all of that fun stuff. So seeing it in the theater is more of an experience than it is anything else.
Exactly.
But when you can't go to the theater, if you want to see a movie, this is an option. And we
Yes,
can't go to the
exactly.
theaters right now.
I'll break into
But
a
I'm
movie
torn
theater
because
right.
Go ahead. I'm torn because I've been waiting for this my entire life. I'm not going to lie. I hate the movie theater. I hate the people. I hate the concession stand and all of it.
Preach. Thank you.
Wow.
But
Okay, good.
that's really expensive to sit in my own home to watch it. So I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to get Invisible Man. Thank you, Carrie, for reminding me that I have to watch it in my basement because that's where my surround sound is. I just spilled my coffee. Shit.
Mhm.
Well, fantastic.
I know.
I am so excited.
All right. On that note, thank you
That's
very
the
much for
end.
listening. Before we go, Shelly, I wanted you to share with us what's going on with Conquest Journals right now, and if there's, because I know you had mentioned that we've got the house days going on, and
Yep. Yep.
will there still be sales? Because this will probably air sometime in the next couple weeks. So can you
Yes.
talk in general about what you've got going on?
Yes. Well, right now we are having a house pride sale, and all of our Harry Potter planners and journals and our supernatural planners and journals are on sale on our website at conquestjournal.com. And for Harry Potter, we have a planner dedicated to each house. This is the only year we are doing that. For the 2021 planner, we're just going to make one design. They sold out at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is great. But we have some left in our own warehouse. And it's a challenging time. I mean, we're also on Amazon, and so Amazon is obviously still shipping. But our warehouse is in Illinois, so it had to close. But we're still taking orders, and as soon as we can get back in the warehouse and start shipping, we'll be shipping again. So we're not closing anything down or stopping anything. And I would just say, in general, and this kind of even speaks to the whole movie theater situation and buying those movies. If anybody, with everybody having so many challenges with their jobs, I totally understand that it's not possible for many people to support small and large businesses right now. But if anybody has the means, I know for us, we just appreciate anything we get because it's just a really hard, scary time right now.
Do you have any gift cards, Shelly? Like, could someone purchase a gift for, say, whatever your planner is going to be next year?
I haven't added that capability to our website because, of course, I'm also mostly our webmaster too. But I have thought about doing that for the holiday season. That might be something really good right now because I feel like we had a customer who created this great blog post yesterday. She has a Ravenclaw planner and she has a Supernatural planner and she has a couple of our journals. And she's talking about how kind of writing down things in her planner and her journals and, making it look pretty and decorating it and being creative with it is really helping her anxiety right now and helping her feel more organized and giving her a break from the scariness that's today when she just kind of sits and gets lost in it. She wrote this great post about it. So I will look into that and I will update on social media if I can figure out how to add the gift card option on our website.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying, and I've been trying to do that. I did that yesterday with a local company here called Books and Brews. And he was actually doing gift cards. Like you could get a $60 gift card for $50 and part of that goes to the fund to take care of his employees because obviously they've shut down. So
Right.
I thought that was a really good idea that if there's something that we can do right now, even if you can't get the actual product right now, if you could get, a gift card for later on
Yep.
that you can spend, that's still money that, can go to these small businesses right now. So,
Yes. Yep.
so definitely let us know how we can continue to support you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. Please stay safe. I hope that we added a little bit of humor and distraction to your life. And if we did, please tell people about us because, if you subscribe, if you review, then more people find out that we're here.
Yes.
And, someday soon, maybe we'll be able to actually get back together.
And I do have a question for Kitsie too.
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
There, you're back. Okay.
Yes. Is your new podcast, the Get Scared podcast, how is that coming along for you?
It's actually going really well. I was concerned because I only knew like 4 short horror story writers personally. And I thought I would just, read those guys' stories and be done with it. But we're actually getting people submitting stories that I've never heard of before. And the stories are amazing. So I'm super excited about it. And I think it's just a great way for some of these authors to get their stories out in front of people that normally wouldn't hear them. Isn't that, it's got to be the hardest thing about being a writer. I want to be a writer. I'm not a writer, but I would think that would be the hardest thing.
It is very hard. I would agree. I agree with that. It's very
yeah. Johna's a writer.
Do you write horror?
No, I do not. That is not. I don't like horror in any sense of the word. So I write sad.
Okay, nothing just weird like aliens or Sasquatch. Hook me up, girl.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Die, mother, die!
I mean, I'll try for you, but I can't promise anything amazing.
I appreciate it. Hey, I'm tagging all of us on my Instagram right now. It's at Kinda Nerdy Girls, at Conquest Journals, at KJ On Air 1,
at KJ On Air 1, yep.
at The Patches 2112, and Johna, I don't know yours.
It's at It's Johna _.
Oh, there you are. Okay, and I'm at Kitsie Duncan. See what I did there? We all got our Instagrams out there.
And could everybody take a picture of themselves in their setting right now, recording or like after we hang up, so that I've got pictures of everybody in their little studio world to show that we were actually all doing this.
I have my pajamas.
I showered for this, so yes.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. No, I did not. I take that back. I showered, but I have not washed my hair in 7 days, and I'm saving so much money on makeup. I gotta tell you. Fantastic. And my skin is so happy right now. Like when we come out of this, we should never wear makeup again, and we should never wear bras again. Because I'm totally digging this life.
I definitely have to wear a bra.
Okay, I just took a picture of myself and texted it to you. If you're wondering why I was laughing, it was because of you haven't washed your hair in 7 days. Just so you know.
Oh, thank you.